Oh, he changed his name. Well, it looks like the outro's outdated. Ah, yes, finally. I get to wash my clothes in an actual good washer, finally. After years of searching. Hey, yo, open up. Oh no, they're here. They found me. Oh, finally, I found you. Now give up that washer. No, I'm never going to give this up to you. Well, then we'll arrest you, or even worse, we'll add explosives to your car so you can die and nobody can tell. Nobody will know our dirty secrets. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you take this washer and dryer for an HE washer and dryer. I want some clean clothes, not dirty, soapy clothes that haven't been rinsed properly and washed properly. Is it time to start a war? No, 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 I just want to get clean clothes. No, no, no! And this is why HE washers exist, and it's the only washer choice I ever have now. You know, guys, let me tell you something. I hate HE washers, and unlike my hatred for LED beacons on towers and stuff, where I don't have facts to back me up and all that stuff, I at least have facts to back me up on my claims of why these things are really really trash. All right, so if you didn't know already, like I think in 2009, yeah, 2009, the government's just like, you know what? Let's go all equal. We are officially tree huggers, and made laws to where every single washer company or just any appliance company that use water and electricity were forced to go eco, aka use like 1 cup of water and barely any energy. Like these here, like we'll take 1 cup of water to wash a super load, and it'll just an entire cycle will last for like an hour or two when it comes to this stuff. And this is just cheaply made as well. I can't believe the quality of these. I remember days where Samsung HE washers would explode on their spin cycles. That was crazy times. Well, like being a tower enthusiast, that is currently being ruined by LED beacons. But being a tower enthusiast and washer enthusiast people have something in common. They both like something that have a problem taking over. With towers, it's LED beacons, and with washers and dryers, it's this new ecosystem law with the HE washers and dryers. Now then, let me just tell you all the facts. If you guys own an HE washer, you would know how little water these things use to wash clothes. And though in this picture, this washer here is using only a little bit of water, though it is a small load. So hopefully nobody who watches this think in their mind, well, listen to this kid saying that this barely uses any water to wash clothes, but look at this picture here. This washer here is using a lot of water to smack around those clothes, the blue clothes and everything else that's inside this washer. Well, guess what? That only applies to really small loads like this one, where you have like only like 2, 3, 4, 5 items. Yeah. So there's that. But when it comes to medium or large size loads, and you try to wash those loads inside of HE washers, basically, let me tell you the entire cycle of what a normal HE washer would be like. You walk up to the washer, you put your detergent and fabric softener into this little slot thing. I don't know. You put the clothes inside the washer, no matter if it's medium or large. I'm not talking about small loads like this one here. You close the lid, And there's lid locks on these washers as well, which makes them even worse than what they really are. You go to Chinese made electronic controls with buttons instead of knobs. You press all the 1000, or just you choose the cycles and all that stuff from all the 1000 options that these washers have on digital boards and all that. You select your cycle. The washer does some little jingle jangle chime before it starts up. It pauses and moves around for about 15,000 years, aka like a few seconds. Washer fills up with a little bit of water and the tub spins. If you put it on warm cold or hot cold, guarantee that these things will spit out 90% cold water and 10% hot water. Because that's ego. It moves around for a little bit more time on either a medium or large load. It starts agitating. It stops and just wiggles around for a little bit, and then the tub begins to move. Water pours down from the faucet once more. The water stops flowing, then the washer starts agitating permanently for the entire cycle. The water level has been decided and doesn't even fill up half the tub. You watch the dry clothes on top of the load just wiggle around while the clothes on the bottom get wet and washed. You watch all those soap stains appear on your clothes. This thing finally drains for its first spin cycle, which spins at like a hyper speed, like something that's even faster than some race car. It slows down for a little bit. It completely stops. And then it slowly spins again and water starts to dribble down on the wet clothes. Only for a few seconds. And then it spins for its final spin cycle, aka spin dry. It spins for about a few minutes, making a lot of noise and causing a mini earthquake in your house at the same time. And then it takes forever to actually wind down for a washer to actually stop spinning, and you're able to actually open up the lid and take out the clothes. It sits there for a little bit. For some reason, the pump randomly turns back on, even though that the tub is bone dry. The lid lock is still activated for about like 30 or 40 or 50 seconds. And then after all that time, you finally get to dry the clothes. But hey, look at all that residue from the detergent. Look at all those soap stains. My clothes still smell like crap. And that is the average cycle of an HE washer. And 90% of them don't even have agitators. They have these impeller things, which do even worse than what an agitator inside of an HE washer would perform. And don't even get me started on front loaders, HE front loaders, the worst of the worst. So that's that. Now let me tell you some facts about HE washers. So it is true that traditional washers like this here, it looks like a Whirlpool direct drive. Usually they have smaller tubs than what you see on HE washers. But people are still complaining and all that about how it uses so much water to wash laundry. But guess what? Appliance companies make the tubs on HE washers much bigger. And also add a deep water option which some washers actually fill up to the top with water. And that's a choice that you're given on these washers, some of these washers as well, like the Maytag commercial washers, somewhat commercial grade washers. And since the tubs are much bigger than we usually see on traditional old washers, these here use more water than these here, since they have much bigger tubs. They're fatter and deeper. I've seen them in person more than 1,000 times already. And my grandma has an HE washer currently, and I seen that one go through a few cycles, and mostly my grandma likes to set the washer onto the deep fill option, and the washer that she has is a Maytag commercial grade washer with an agitator, a fake two-piece agitator. It's actually a one-piece agitator with the top of it looking like a two-piece agitator, but it really isn't. Something like this here, and she usually and her washer fills up. If you choose the deep water setting, no matter how big the load is, the washer will fill up to the brim with water. And most of the time, that could be really, really wasteful. But it's either that or the really, really crappy sensor that censoring, auto sense her washer has as well. Since the auto sense option is just it's a dead end for clean clothes. Literally, it fairly uses water, like I said before, and all that. So that's the reason why she always uses the deep water wash, is so she can get some clean clothes for work, since she has to work two jobs. Not currently right now, but soon she will, maybe. But she will retire. She will retire one of them, which is going to be Walmart. Thank God, because Walmart is crap. But she still needs some clean clothes, so she puts it on the deep water setting for her medium and giant loads. But on her small load, she just sets it to the auto sensing cycle. And it also takes an hour to wash a single load of clothes as well. Trust me, I've seen it in action once, well, like multiple times before. Let me tell you the story of how she got this washer. She used to have an old Roper washer with my all-time favorite direct drive agitator in the entire world, the dual action direct drive Whirlpool agitator. She had that for a few years. I do remember it replacing another washer that has this agitator, and this agitator is for the longest time I always thought that these agitators were made for actual Whirlpool direct drives and not any other little brand that Whirlpool owns, like Kenmore, Roper, Amana, or anything like that. But after a few years, I do remember I kept on seeing a really awful amount of Kenmore washers with this agitator, and I guess that this agitator was made for Kenmore direct drives, the straight vane agitator. So I guess that it was a Kenmore washer, and I do remember asking my grandma when she got the Roper washer. She told me that she got it in, I don't remember, somewhere when I was little, probably like 2011 or 12, probably 2011 maybe. But she got that to replace another washer, and that other washer is the one with this one. I remember seeing it and all that. That's the reason why this agitator is so memorable to me. Like I remember seeing those little fins on the agitator along with these four fins, and just like the order that was at, just it was really awesome and epic as well. So that's why it was so memorable to me. But after I asked her about the Roper washer, I asked her about any other washer she had before the Roper, and she told me that she used to have a Kenmore washer, and she recalled it being a really, really horrible Kenmore washer, even though that came from the 90s, and usually Kenmore washers from the 90s and before that were really, really, really good washers. So I wonder if the washer with this agitator here was a Kenmore washer that my grandma told me about. I have no idea, but that's what I believe. So yeah, one day she's just chilling, just watching TV while there's a load washing in this washer, till all of a sudden she heard a few noises coming from the kitchen because the washer and dryer area is somewhere around the kitchen area of her trailer, and she went over there because it started to make a sparking noise, and then all of a sudden it just exploded on her, and that's all that. The washer died and all. So yeah, it was very sad. And before all that, she was just like, you know what, Landon? I want to replace my washer so badly with one of those brand new Samsung washers with all of those options and all that. And I kept on telling her, don't buy one, please. And this was at the time where Samsung HE washers would explode during their spin cycles and stuff, and it was very dangerous. I didn't want anything happening to her, so I begged her not to buy one of them. But after her old Roper washer just bit the dust, she eventually got a Samsung washer. I was just like, after all those times of warning you not to get one, you decide to get one. uh, yeah, it was something else, really. And she only had it for about 2 weeks, and it was working normal and everything. So one day, where me and my sister were spending the night there, and then all of a sudden I noticed some water on the ground, well, the floor, in front of the washer, and I was just like, well, I brushed it off, thinking that was just some water from all the wet rags from the kitchen sink and all that need to be washed. But I got a little more suspicious because there was actual puddles and not just some little wet smears of water. It's just something hard to explain, really. But smeared water on the ground, it was actually puddles. So I looked I looked in the bottom of the washer and found much more water to where that came from under the washer. So I was just like, oh crap. Eventually, some handyman guy came down, repair guy, and he took a look at it, and he said it was broken. And instead of my grandparents fixing it and spending a lot of money on it, they decided to get another washer, which was the Maytag commercial grade washer. And this washer replaced the Samsung washer. Thank God the tub didn't explode while on one of its spin cycles. But holy crap, it was insane. Like, well, she only had that for 2 weeks, and she was forced to replace it with a completely different washer. And she also got a matching dryer as well. But that was way before she got the that was way before she got the Samsung washer to match all that. The reason why is because the old Roper washer did come with a dryer, since it was a washer and dryer set. Eventually, it broke, and holy crap, I was happy because that dryer was so squeaky. It was the loudest thing on in the entire world. But if I do have to say so myself, it was kind of memorable, if I had to recall. But she eventually replaced it with a Samsung dryer. I'm pretty sure it's because the Roper dryer just gave up on her. Since Roper washers and dryers are meant to be cheap, even though they do last a long time and wash much better than the washers are being made today, which are supposed to be better and just better washers and dryers in general, but they really aren't. So yeah, she got that, and she just got the washer like a year or two later. I don't remember when she got the dryer, but the dryer, after it must have been a year, because I do remember after a year of having a dryer, the motor just completely went out of it. Some repair guy had to come over and replace the motor on the dryer and all that. Like, they don't last. They don't. It's bull crap. These all come. They're. I believe that these are all made in. I do know that these are assembled in America, but the parts do come from China, and that means that they're made in China as well. So that's the reason why these don't last anymore. I really don't know any pros on these things. All I know is the cons. There's barely any pros I know of owning an HE washer and dryer. Well, actually, probably the energy. They are efficient with energy and all that, but not with water and all that. And that's the only thing. That's the only good thing that they have with them. But everything else, it's just bad. It really is. This here is the exact washer that my grandma has. You see, it has the same controls and everything. But yeah. We really do need to go back to the old school style washers. We do need to go back to that very, very badly. I want that to happen. But will it? No. Do you think the government will allow any would you think they will allow any washer, any normal washer to be made without some eco setting on it? No. But though, after all that, there is some light through this at the end of this really, really dark tunnel, and that light is the form of Speed Queen. The best washers to the best washer and dryer to buy currently right now is the Speed Queen washers and dryers. Do you think the government will allow, like I said earlier, do you think the government will allow the washer to be made without some eco cycle setting or anything like that? No. So Speed Queen was forced to put an eco cycle on their washer, and guess what they did away with? You know, on old washers, where you're able to twist the timer to select cycles and all that, and they're actual timers. Well, guess what? They don't. Speed Queen doesn't do that anymore. This is just some knob to choose your cycle, and this washer here is not like that, since this is an older washer. I think it's a 2017 model, which does not have the. I don't think has this knob on it. But basically, they don't have a timer anymore, and they're doing away with the other knobs as well. They got rid of that and replaced it with the digital stuff, which I still don't think is really good. I bet the government forced them to do that as well. And yeah, because our government is untrustworthy and is complete garbage. Along with the normal eco cycle, it sucks how it's actually the normal cycle. Yes, there is, though there may be some light at the end of this very dark tunnel, even that light has a little bit of darkness in it. It is a form of the normal eco cycle. So guys, you guys do need to listen to me when I say go get a Speed Queen washer and dryer, because there really isn't any other option for clean clothes currently. Even though that I think to 2020 Speed Queen washers are the crappy ones, like the 2018 ones. I think that you still need to get some. Probably in 2021, which is going to come up in a few days. They're going to maybe return back to their old 2017 and 2019 model. But as you can see, they're probably going to keep this around, the digital stuff there. They're probably going to keep that around for a long time, until the government forces them to go full on HE. Which, if that happens, then there will be no light at the end of this dark tunnel of HE washers. That's the reason why I hate HE washers. They don't deserve to be created anymore. Thank God I have a Maytag Atlantis washer that was built in 2003 and still works today. It's not HE. It has nothing to do with anything eco or anything like that. Though I think it is energy efficient, which is the only good thing that I know of from these washers. And I also got the matching dryer for it as well. Thank God both of them still work. If so, then we wouldn't have the money to buy a Speed Queen washer and dryer. We'll probably have to get the crap that we call HE washers. I mean, or that they call HE washers. So yeah, I'll see you guys later and bye.